Okay, people, it's time to try Superflat. Because we're on Bedrock, we gotta go to old Minecraft. And once you get to this screen, you go to more options and scroll down until you see Superflat. Now all you gotta do is convert it. We're here on day 1, and look at all these amazing structures. That was obviously a joke, there's nothing to look forward to. There is a village though, and that's the first step. Got some hay bales, which will give us some free bread, and some saplings so we can grow our own trees. The main thing to remember in this challenge is food is our friend. Without it, this might just be impossible. And these guys. I can't wait to hear how annoying they are. If we're gonna survive, we're gonna need some tools. If I make a wooden pickaxe, I can mine some of these houses and get some cobblestone. Let me just say that iron golem's looking very handsome. I'm so very sorry. It just had to be done. And it looks like we'll be spending our first night at the village. This guy's got some gear, maybe he'll give us some stuff. Nope, 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 nope. Let's make a full set of stone tools and find somewhere to live. The village is great, but I want to live on my own. I can always come back and visit. I placed some saplings down. I don't think this is a bad spot. The important thing though is to make sure I have shelter for the night. Yeah, it's gonna be in the dirt, but that's all I got right now. I'm gonna make some furnaces and a bucket, and we can start smelting. I woke up the next day, but it's raining. What a terrible day outside. That's not gonna stop me though. There's a lot of work to be done, including making the entrance bigger. My goal is to make this really nice but safe at the same time. Sadly, I can't really do anything until these saplings grow. Would you look at that? They grew. They even came with a beehive. I don't want to do what I did last time and not start any farms. So this time, I'm going to do everything I can. That means I'm also going to need a wheat farm. I want this farm to be pretty big so it doesn't take too long to get food. But these guys keep getting in the way. Gotta get water from the village and I only have one bucket, so that means I'm taking 2 trips. It's okay though, cause now we have an infinite water source. And finding some colored sheep isn't the worst thing. It's pretty much the only way I can get brown wool. I did it in my other world too. Don't worry, plants. All you need is time. The thing that sucks is after I killed that first iron golem, no more will spawn, which means I can't get shears. So when I need wool, there's only one way to get it. Slaughtering. This is sadly the slowest process. That's okay though, it gives me more time to build a villager breeder. And let me tell you, they're not gonna like it in here. That's cause I'm gonna make sure of it. It doesn't have to look that amazing. Remember, it's only the villagers living inside. Whoa, I think I just found the most creative building you'll ever find in the game. It's even got a W in the front for welcome. Does your breeder have that? Now we can place down some beds and sell over some villagers. We still have one more villager to go. They're both here now. It only took 3 years of my life. I promise, you have a chance to be free again. Those chances are low, but just so you know, this roof will not stay flat. It will be fixed, I just have things I need to do right now. God, nothing's ever good enough for you guys. I don't know why you guys are over there, you should be over here. I guess wherever's more comfortable for you. Now that we got villagers breeding, things will be a lot easier. I needed one of these guys because they sell shears. And once I get these, we'll be able to produce way more wool. I do have good news though, I found another village. Turns out there's only 2 houses. This house isn't even finished yet, and there's no villagers. This might have happened from converting the world to bedrock. I'm not gonna take it to heart though. I can finally afford some shears. Time to give me that money. Better access to wool gives me more variety of blocks. Plus, with all those colors, you can get a little fruity. Wood is still a good resource too, and we can use that for our stairs. Doesn't it look nice? I mean, we need more wool, but you get the gif. And we're just gonna come back to this. These wooden and stone tools are horrible, and there's no way to find diamonds in a super flat, so I'm gonna have to trade for them. Which means I'm gonna have to open a store, and I'm gonna have it down here. It's gonna be very simple. The villagers will be in these little cracks. And whatever I want, they're gonna give to me. This side will be used for tools and gear. This side will be used for glass, shears, you get the point. After I finish the bottom, I can start the top. Now I've saved up about 2 stacks of wool, and I wanna see how much emeralds I get for it. 6? Really? Looks like I'm gonna be poor for a while. But that's okay, cause I wanna get another villager. And to do that, I'm gonna need to smelt some cobblestone. Let's go, man. I can't wait to use you. I mean, save you. Yeah. Where are you going? I didn't mean it! Guys, I know this is only iron, but it'll be a huge upgrade. With the snap of my fingers, the trees are gone. Yeah, this iron was a good investment. The reason I collected all that wood is because my sheep farm is very slow, so I'm gonna make a bigger one, and it's all gonna be white wool. Trust me, I really want this farm to be automatic, but I can't because of the way the world is. Curse you, flat world. With all this space, they'll produce faster, and then I can make more profits. It's about to happen, guys. I'm about to buy the new sword. This sword has looting, sharpness 2, and knockback. Almost makes you want to test it out. We can start with this guy. I want his leads. I think I'm in love. In love with making my house bigger. Wasn't quite sure how I wanted it to be, but now I know. It's gonna go up to this height and then it's gonna spread out. Of course, I can add in my own little designs too. Even though I wouldn't really call them designs, I'd call them random placements. Cause that's exactly what I'm doing, randomly placing blocks. I will say though, I'm very glad I made the sheep farm bigger. Cause if I didn't, this would go by a lot slower. I'm done now though, and let me say I'm happy with it. I'm actually not even close to being done, but that's just the interior. There's gonna be a massive staircase that leads to the side of the house. I'm not really sure what you'd call this, maybe like a balcony or something. Basically though, it's gonna keep me safe from all these different mobs. It'll even have windows after I buy all this sand. Look, we're actually smelting something. Isn't that amazing? I wish I had more blocks than just wood and wool to use. Are you guys liking it? Because if you're not, you might when I put the roof on. Also, it's a little confusing. You gotta place a dirt block down and then place 3 dark gray wool on top. Next, you just fill in light gray wool on the sides. I better go get rid of that. It's definitely interesting, but I think that's a good thing. No making fun, okay? I don't want to see any negative comments about the house. I think we should really finish this market because I'm naked. And the only efficient way to get armor is from a villager. Luckily, there was a blast furnace at the village. Otherwise, without any other way to get iron, this would not be possible. Why are they always running? And there you go, he's gonna give us some iron leggings first. Just gotta collect some money real quick. And now we have some protection, which you need to remember is always good to use. The shepherd is upgraded all the way now, he's a master, but there's one problem, and it's these two. The ones who kept running away. The only material I can trade with in this world is emeralds, and they're not very consistent. It's not a big problem, it's just gonna take a really long time to upgrade them. And on top of that, it turns out this guy only sells a chest plate and leggings, which means I can't get a helmet or boots. This is the only blast furnace in the world, so eventually I'm gonna have to just kill this guy and use this for a different villager. I can finally get these though, so let's see the enchantments on them. Unbreaking 3 and projectile protection. Whatever, let's see these enchantments. Sharpness 2 and smite 3. Those aren't bad, considering the fact that I'm putting mending on them. I can only afford 1 right now, but it's okay, we have time. That's because we don't have any iron in this world, which means we can't even make an anvil to apply the books. If I'm reading this correct, zombies have a 2.5% chance of dropping an iron ingot. That means in order to make more progress, we're gonna have to make a mob farm. The design is simple and you've probably seen it made 1,000 times, so I'll keep it short. What's gonna happen is mobs will fall in these tunnels where water will push them to the edge and they will fall to their death. That's really it. It's that easy. Oh my gosh, it's been going for like 5 minutes. I already got an iron ingot. I'll just let it run for a few minutes and then I'll put it all in the chest and I'll show you after. Not gonna lie, it's working way better than I thought it would. I did make some modifications though. This way I can AFK whenever I want. I kill the mobs in here, and I pick up the items in these little windows. Yeah, I had to manually put them in these chests, but I don't have any iron. What you gonna do? I'm also gonna use 1 piece of iron because I'm the most impatient man in the world. It's a stonemason. Yeah! I figured while I slowly get iron from the mob farm, I could get some new blocks. Not just any blocks though. The terracotta. I kinda wanted the blue terracotta because when you smelt it, it becomes my favorite block in the game. Not sure what black looks like when you smelt it, but I'm sure it's fine. Oh, I guess it'll work. I'll just use the shovels I got from the mob farm and place the terracotta in orderly fashion. Notice the difference? I don't like it. Many disappointments later, and I found someone who would give me the best block in the game. The plan is to continue the pathway throughout my land, and I will keep adding to my empire. Also, not to mention, I found another piece of iron. I have enough to make 1 iron block. Only 2 more to go, but it's alright cause now I can focus on emeralds. I'm gonna have a huge melon farm so I can trade with farmers. These are all the items I've got from the wandering traders, and as you can see I have 2 melon seeds. And yes, it will take a really long time for these to grow. It's whatever, progress is progress. Gives me more time to work on the trading complex. I would say it's getting there, but it's a little messy right now. Here we go, we got the walls down and now we just need the roof. Too bad this is the part I suck the most at. I mean, it could be worse. Come on now. The villagers are the ones living here anyways, and Bob says he likes it. There's 8 villagers who will give me profits and the farm coming together nicely. To be honest, I think this kind of became an interesting build. And now I can collect all the melons so I can see how much I get from it. That takes me up to about 24 emeralds, which isn't terrible considering the fact that I haven't cured them yet. I just don't know how to do that in this world. Today I want to try something new though, and it involves a lot of wood. The internet has informed me that maybe I don't have enough doors, and that's why iron golems aren't spawning. I highly doubt this will work, but I thought we could give it a try. While we wait for that experiment, I can finally finish the roof they deserve. I'm gonna add more to the support beams because they're looking a little skinny, but that's not the fun part. This is. I want to make a villager up here, starting with its feet. Just because, you know, it's not like we have a bunch of them in here. Luckily, I got some dark oak saplings from the Wandering Trader to add that dark color. Okay, I just need to build the wood up like this, make sure I strip the logs, and there's the front side of the legs. I think the hardest part would be getting the arms to look good, so let's just give it a try. Ooh, for freestyling, it's looking pretty good. Now we just need to fill the rest of it in, give him a neck so he can breathe, and start his big fat head. You know, I like it. Rate this build from 1 to 10. Go ahead, be honest. I dare you. Still needs to be filled in though, you know the drill, I'll just snap my fingers. Okay, I'm gonna try to make an iron farm one more time because relying on this thing sucks. I have a lot of confidence in this build, so I'll show you how I do it. First things first, you want to make a 5x5 box and try to keep it away from the other villagers. I don't know, I got it off Google. Next, if you're on a super flat, you want to dig all the way to bedrock and place blocks just like this against the wall. And then do the same on the other side. Place your beds on top of them like this, then break the blocks underneath so you can put more beds. Once it looks like this, fill in the middle. 20 workbenches will be needed. I'm using the loom because that's the cheapest, but it doesn't matter which one. Now, as long as you just fill them in like this, the building is pretty much done. Villagers with green robes don't attach to workbenches, so you're gonna need plain brown ones. You're gonna need 20, that's why you bring 2 so you can breed them. Now make babies. Dang, they're really going to work. Oh yeah, let's go. I don't know if I should be happy or mad because this entire time I could have been getting iron. I don't even care to be honest. Look, I have 14 pieces. I can make a pickaxe and a shovel. Okay, I think I'm enjoying myself too much. I'm gonna stop before it gets weird. What I want to do is try to make this an automatic farm, but as you can see, it's not going well. I have an idea, but it's gonna make things way more complicated than it needs to be. 72 hoppers will surround this entire circle, which I'm not even close to affording. On top of each hopper will be a campfire, so when the golem drifts into it, they die. Then their loot can go in this chest, and I can take it. I guess it's time to get to work. It's working now, it just kinda looks weird. Like I'm trying to summon Hero Brian. It needs a wall. Because I'm pretty sure what I'm doing is illegal and we need to cover it up. Nothing going on over here, just growing my garden inside, that's all. I've been so excited for this moment. Because now I can make one of these, buy another mending book, and apply it to my sword and my axe. Good thing too, I was about to lose my flat world killer. Time for a new project though, and it involves getting silk touch. I would make a joke about silky touching, but I don't feel like it. So I spend about 3 days trying to get this villager right here to sell me silk touch. Don't worry, after all that trouble I did get the book. But then I upgrade the toolsmith and his pickaxe already has silk touch. So now I have his pickaxe and this book I don't even need anymore. I don't even care, I'm adding it myself. I know I can put this on something else, but whatever dude. Now that I got that out of the way, I can finally collect these beehives. I don't think I did it right. This is gonna open up a lot more room to build over here. And what was on my mind was opening a store where I can buy all the enchantments for all my gear. The first section is gonna be for my sword, and I already got fire aspect. This process is gonna take a long time though, so I'll speed it up for you guys. That was about 5 seconds for you, and 4 hours for me. I labeled all the enchants they sold though. We got Fire Aspect, Knockback, Looting, Sharpness, and Smite. I also replaced the Silk Touch guy with Unbreaking. Don't worry, I didn't kill the original, I put him back in his home, although I think about it every single day. Turns out that Smite and Sharpness can't go together, which is fine, I just didn't know, but the sword is still looking amazing. I like switching to it and just seeing all the enchants pop up on the screen. There's gonna be more enchants for the pickaxe and armor, so this hallway will expand. And I thought this was a cool wall design that could go all the way around. I'm such a nice guy, so I'm giving my villagers windows. Fortunately, I was able to upgrade the rest of my tools. The bad news is, not only did I run out of levels, but I ran out of villagers too. It's not the worst thing, I'm just gonna have to breed and wait for the villagers to grow up so I can get my perfect gear. I thought I would just work on the building for now and just get to the villagers later. We're gonna use iron doors to make it that much more protected. Of course, the roof is gonna be the part I struggle most with. I'm not even sure really what I want to do here. I kinda wanted to connect it to my balcony, but now I think it'll look weird. So this is what I'm going with right now. It's just a big roof that makes the building look bigger than it really is. But who knows what the future holds. Maybe I'll put something on top like I did over here. And for some reason, I got zombies all over my roof. The only problem is, this is what I walk out to now. I don't know, I'll get used to it. It's kinda cool. And you can follow the path to see what's inside. It's fully working and functional. I just haven't upgraded my armor yet, because I need boots and a helmet still. With my new iron farm, this is now possible, because I can make another blast furnace. And my collection is finally complete. I mean friends. Yeah, you're my friends. Time to shape things up a little bit. I think we're getting to that point. Putting slabs down will make it look a little nicer and more professional. This might even stop things from spawning, but I'm not sure because of the placement of it. I want to eventually fill in the entire compound. It just takes a lot of emeralds and a lot of time, so maybe a second video? That is, if you show enough love to this one. Otherwise, it's gonna be a solo. I haven't really taken any safety precautions yet, so I think it's time to start doing that. Cause remember, the more there are, the more safe it is. I'm gonna need a lot more brick for this, which I can just buy from the villagers, but I think it's coming together nicely because all the corners should meet in the middle like this if I've done my math correctly. And the best part about this is my house is in the very middle, 120 blocks out. It's not just gonna be a wall though, I'm gonna put saplings all the way around, and when they grow, it's gonna look like I'm surrounded by a forest. It may take a while, but I think it's gonna look great in the end. Place the rest of the saplings down, finish the wall, find a pink sheep somehow, and wait for the saplings to grow. Unlike your mom, I don't want to be cocky, but man, does this look amazing. I was starting to go crazy, being surrounded by an endless void, but I think this really takes away from the super flat effect. My land has never been safer. Don't mind me, just destroying all the grass, making room for the new floor. Looking pretty nice. I think so. It's time to do something I should have done a long time ago, and it's been on my mind for a while. I'm gonna make a huge chest room, and the design I'm gonna use is gonna be really cool. I'm just working on the inside right now, which won't even be visible from the outside, so don't worry, I won't spoil it. You're just gonna have to keep watching to find out. It's really gonna be a multi-purpose room, not just for chests. It'll also have a few stories, assuming it's this tall. I know it looks like it's going by fast for you, but to be honest, I've been gaming for quite a while. One side to go, I can already tell this is gonna be the worst one, especially since the fact I've ran out of dark oak. Well, you know what I say, snap that thing to make your problems go away. That was probably the worst joke I made on this channel. Time to test out my new boots. That was good. It's not a whole lot yet, but this is the entrance to get in. The stone, which I ran out of by the way, is where the chests are gonna be. There's gonna be rows going down on each side. The worst part about Superflat is resources are limited, so the only type of blocks I can use are ones sold by villagers. And blocks like this take even longer because it takes 4 quart blocks just to craft 1. You don't even want to get me started on how you can only buy 12 either, it's just so time consuming. Anyways, I'm done complaining, I can finally put in the chest. These are what the rows are gonna look like. They'll definitely go higher, but this is basically it. I want to try this design on the back so it doesn't look so empty, I'm just not sure if I'm gonna have enough glass for each row. It looks marvelous. Just gotta repeat it on the other side. Bruh, I ran out of glass in the last one I had to make. But here we are, a fully working chest room. I just can't wait to add in the rest of the inside. Instead, I'm gonna work on the outside right now, and I can already tell this is not gonna be fun for me. I have 33 pieces of lime dye, and I'm gonna have to use all of it. It's probably about time I tell you what I'm doing. I'm dedicating this chest room to Superflat's favorite mob, the slime. This was about 2 stacks of wool, and I only got this much done. This is gonna take forever. The outline of the face was probably the hardest part because the rest of it is just green. And the other thing is, after I finish this, I have to cover it up with slime blocks. Luckily it's super flat, so I get a lot of slimes, but this kind of shows how long I've been playing in this world. The sword helps with looting 3, but I have a feeling this still won't be enough. I knew this was coming up, so I don't know why I didn't start farming the green wool earlier. Some people like projects like this, it's just not my thing. Whatever, man, anything for you guys, spoiled brats. Finally, the front of the face done. Now let's see how many slime blocks I get from all this. This doesn't seem bad, but let's see how it compares to the build. Oh, this is annoying. I'm not even crouching. This is me sprinting. Don't freak out, don't freak out. It covers the mouth up and I can't even see the eyes. I found a way to fix it, it's just not quite the way I imagined it. I'm just gonna shut up and work on the next side though, it's all I can do. I only got one side to go, but I need a break. I'll resume tomorrow morning. And the wool is complete, finally. And now it's time for slime. I tried going outside my compound to get more slimes and it seems to be working. But I'm getting curious because I can see a dirt block on the outside of one of these houses. Did I leave somebody behind? He's been here since I spawned in the world. You're free now. This is for forgetting you. And this is for distracting me, bad boy. I've been on a grind all day, and when I say that, I'm talking about real life. Almost got 2 chests full, and I think that'll cover about 1.5 sides. I'm not trying to bore you with all these placements though. I think I'm gonna speed it up a little bit more than I did last time. Placing, placing, slowly, placing, bouncing, killing. Happy for a little bit, not happy anymore. Still placing blocks, and done. That's pretty much all that took place. The inside is pretty dark though, and that's something I'm gonna have to fix. I wanted to put a chandelier up there, but I only have 10 pieces of glowstone. So I'm gonna leave it up to you guys in the comments, and maybe if there's a second video, I'll do it. But now I want to focus on stopping slimes from spawning. How ironic. I would really like to do this with slabs, but carpet works just fine. I want to do the entire compound eventually, but right now I'm doing in between the lines. The quartz would be too expensive, and I'd have to dig down 1 block, and I just don't want to do that. Let's get to placing again. So this is the finished product of the video. It's starting to look a lot like Clash of Clans. No mobs can spawn in this radius, and that includes slimes. I think this is a nice little place to live at, and I'm really happy with it. There's kind of a lot going on and it's making me lag a little bit, but that's fine. But I really want to thank everyone who stayed to this point of the video because it really means a lot. I spend a lot of time on these. It took me about 2 months to record and then I had to edit. So even if you absolutely hated this video, you should hit that like button because it helps me out. And subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I promise you won't regret it. Anyways, this is my version of Superflat and I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.